In the fall of 1981, while I was teaching at Chaminade College Preparatory, a Catholic high school in the San Fernando Valley, Gumby fever had taken hold of hundreds of students who couldn't get enough of Art Clokey's claymation creation. So when it was announced in the local newspapers that Art Clokey was going to attend a Gumby Film Festival in Santa Monica, a number of Chaminade students and myself made the pilgrimage. We were not disappointed, as the theater was packed and some classic Gumby and Pokey cartoons from the past were shown with all their bendable glory. However, something very odd occurred at the end of the show. Instead of a Gumby montage, we saw Sathya Sai Baba, the famous guru from India, performing what appeared to be some sort of divine miracle as he was pulling enormous amounts of ash out of a small vase. It was an impressive sequence, even if a bizarrely juxtaposed one. None of the students knew what to make of it, since he had never heard of Sai Baba or seen any of his alleged divine manifestations. Art Clokey then came on stage to explain what we had just seen. He told us that he had gone through a rough patch in his life and decided to go to India on a spiritual journey. He took Gumby with him, and accordingly, when he met the famed Sathya Sai Baba, the master magically produced vibhuti, or sacred ash, and directly spread it over Gumby, declaring that Gumby was the incarnation of spiritual love. Later on, I had the opportunity of talking to a Sathya Sai Baba devotee from India, who informed me that a tiny shrine was created for Gumby, who was worshipped as a divine icon, and some spiritual aspirants performed puja to his image in the belief that Gumby was given special powers to help one in their meditation and sadhana. I bring up the subject of Gumby and the spiritual claims surrounding him because I'm often asked in class about the verticality of certain metaphysical claims that abound in religious mythologies. My usual rejoinder is that we don't want to enter into Gumby land when doing philosophy, since most of these kinds of questions, how many angels can sit atop an empty Coke top, are literally nonsense. Wolfgang Paul, the noted physicist who won a Nobel Prize for his work in quantum mechanics, is credited with a famous witticism in which he states, "Not only is it not right, it's not even wrong." Paul's acerbic comment, apparently directed at an exceptionally unclear physics paper he had received for review from a young budding scientist, has been widely cited as a shorthand version of Karl Popper's principle of falsifiability in science. Essentially, any hypothesis or theory must be open to experimental confirmation or refutation. If such an idea cannot be falsified, then it remains in the realm of speculation. In other words, while we may postulate any host of theories about why such and such works, this way or that, using our imagination to the fullest, if we wish to gain scientific credibility, we must rationally and empirically test our claims in this world. The reason science has made such enormous progress is precisely because it tests its claims and allows for a record of successes and failures, always realizing that our knowledge is tentative and open for revision. Undoubtedly, there are several areas in science, such as string theory, which provide rich possibilities, coupled with some remarkable mathematical breakthroughs that have yet to be properly tested. But even here, scientists agree that progress can only be made if and when differing ideas can be rigorously verified. However, some religious claims seem, at least on the surface, to be resistant to such testing, or even worse, so muddled and abstract that they cannot offer a pathway in which they can be verified positively or negatively. It is this latter quality, which to be fair is also rampant in almost all human affairs, including science, to which Wolfgang's terse criticism of "not even wrong" is most aptly applied, or in our context, a basis for Gumby land thinking.